Welcome to Life Her Podcast, the podcast that guides you from the 9-to-5 grind to the freedom of your own path. Discover how to conquer life's challenges while pursuing your passions with unwavering faith. Because being an entrepreneur is not easy. So let's get to it.
Hey everyone, how are you? I am Yvette, Lloyd, host of Life Her Podcast. And today we're going to talk about transforming your mind to building wealth and embody your future self for today. I really love this topic because I'm in a journey right now where I'm trying to build more wealth so that I can enjoy life more and so that I'm able to get myself together mentally, physically, and emotionally. Um, and a lot of times we don't understand how important that is. And most people want wealth and success and freedom, but the truth is, you'll never create true wealth if you are unwilling to change. It starts from the inside, and a lot of people really don't understand that because they always looking on the outside of things and the outside of what other people is doing and see everything into life, itself. But today I'm going to challenge you to stop holding on to outdated versions of yourself and start to show how your mindset shapes your ability to attract wealth and opportunities. And that even comes with me personally. I've been so hurt along the way of me being an entrepreneur. I've dealt with trust issues, I dealt with betrayal, I dealt with failing in business before. I've dealt with self-love, I dealt with self-hate. I dealt with so many things and I found myself blocking my blessings because I was carrying that on. Even with me being such an introvert, me being an introvert and not really staying in contact with people, staying connected with them and everything. I have came across so many people that were so good, but I just never kept in contact with them. I never kept the conversation going or anything because it came from me having trust issues and everything. It's okay to still have trust issues. However, you still have to find yourself to have time to get to know a person and also have the boundaries for yourself to be able to thrive and get to where you got to go, and I found myself blocking myself from that because it's like, oh, I want so much more, but it's going to take me to have the village of people and support and other successful people to help me get there as well due to relationships. Relationships is so important. It's so important to have, and you have relationships in different levels as you continue to grow in business and you start to build relationships of wealth levels. Is other people that is like thriving way better than you, and then you meet someone that is thriving better than you, then you meet somebody else that's thriving better than them, and then you're around them too. And that's the concept of life itself. So I want you to know that this episode is about the internal work to become the version of yourself that attracts the life that you want. And we'll talk about the different steps of stepping out of your comfort zone and letting go of the past and start shifting your mindset and embody the wealthy and successful person that you are destined to be. And that's where my journey is right now personally too, because I'm stepping out a lot more than usual. I am connected with more people to that even been on this podcast show. And I want people to know a lot more about Life Her Podcast. And I haven't let everyone actually know how amazing the podcast is and how many amazing guests that I've had on the show that can help so many people to thrive in life and step outside of their comfort zone. But one of the messages that I want you guys to know that wealth doesn't start with money. it starts with your mindset. And if you don't have your mindset together, you have nothing together. And a lot of people don't understand, when you have control of your mind and your emotions and the emotional intelligence that you will create mentally, you have to understand that you got to have full force of control. You have to know the difference of different things that is triggering in your mind. It's always good to read some educational books when it comes to the mind, so that you can understand it. And your mind can literally bring so much to reality into your life. It could create you to have something so amazing that you couldn't even imagine yourself. And you can't build external success without doing the internal work first. And that internal work also comes with you dealing with things and facing reality of things that happen in your childhood, your adulthood, and even currently now. So having someone like a counselor, mentor, um even going, maybe, you could do many things, as far as like doing yoga or different meditations and stuff like that, for you to have ease in your spirit. That matters a lot, because a lot of times, whatever you're dealing with in your personal life or things that you have dealt with, believe it or not, it attracts people. So whatever you're dealing with at that moment, that's what you are going to attract. And you got to understand how powerful you are as an individual that has the strength to be able to transform that mindset, transform your spirit and your soul, to be able to thrive into where you're trying to go in your successful career path of becoming wealthy. Um, a lot of people get wealthy mixed with rich. Rich is all about the money. Rich will put you in places that you do not belong. Rich will put people in your life that do not belong. Rich will give you no boundaries. Rich will give you no resilience. Rich will have you disliking your higher power and forgetting all about him. That's not where you want to be. You want to be wealthy. And you cannot solve new problems with the same mindset that you created the old ones. You really have to like shift it, because if you create new problems when you haven't dealt with the old ones, you got to deal with the old ones. So you're just packing problems on top of other problems, when you really have to get through whatever you're going through from the past and bring it on, not bring it on to the future. And it's so crazy because um a lot of people have want to connect with me, and I denied the connection from people because of how they interact with other people. If you are having a comfortable conversation with me about your friend that you're close to, someone that you truly love, I'm not going to look at you the same, because I'm going to feel like if you're doing it to this person, you're going to do it to me too. And that also had me like in a standstill of visualizing what that person could do to me. So you also have to protect yourself at the same time when it comes to people like that. And one of the important things is developing discernment. And when you get discernment, the discernment will actually help you um become a better version of yourself as well. And it's really hard to even come across that path, because you have to deal with things first. You have to heal from your past, and that's just so important in so many ways. When you deal with things, you have to know that you are amazing, that you are able to heal, that you have yourself at the end of the day, because that's just what it is. It is. And you really have to face reality of things that you're in denial of. Sometimes we find ourselves in denial and delusional of a vision that really doesn't exist, or things that transpire that really didn't transpire, or we could have just left it in the past and not dwell on it, because sometimes we can't dwell on things that really doesn't matter. And also, you have to break down the problems and issues that you have that have nothing to do with you. That's first and foremost, because if we narrow down a lot of things when it comes to problems and issues that don't have to do with us, we'd realize that we really don't have personal problems ourselves. A lot of our problems come from the people in our lives that's been in our lives for the longest, or cross paths from the past, and it really shouldn't even exist into our personal lives and in our future. And it's easy to focus on external things like making money, getting a new job, starting a business, but if you don't address the internal blocks and the external changes, it will not last long. It'll be temporary, because at some point you're going to elevate, and then you're going to be at a standstill. And when you're at a standstill, you're going to deal with a storm. And when you're dealing with that storm, it's just going to keep on happening until you're not dealing with the internal issue that's really causing it. And a lot of times that blocks your blessings as well. And sometimes your blessing is being blocked too, of the people that you have in your life that need to be removed from your life. We will carry on these relationships and friendships for so long, when it is really empty in our cup and they no longer need to exist into our lives. It's not like it's love lost and it's no hard feelings or anything like that. It couldn't even be anything too personal, or maybe it is. However, you have to understand that person cannot be in your space the way you've always been having them in your space, because God will not bless you in front of the mess that is in your life. You really have to remove yourself to actually see where your blessing is going and why it isn't coming, you know? And ask yourself, are you willing to change? Who are you today to become the person who you want to be tomorrow? Do you even know? You have to know. And also, we have to stop romanticizing the past too. Like, we just always just like, oh, this is someone did this to me and this would happen, and oh, this and that. Like, you cannot do that. You're going to be stuck, and you can't let your past define your future. I say this all the time to so many people, because say for instance someone is talking about you and they talking about something, okay, right now it's 2025. If they talking about something that happened in 2010, they're not over the past. What makes you think they are in a mentally right state of mind to even have this conversation of something that happened decades ago? It doesn't make sense. That means you don't need to be having no conversations with that person, or that person don't need to bring those conversations to you of what somebody said. It doesn't matter to you. It doesn't pertain to you. That is the old you. And it's okay to have an old you. Everybody got an old you. Everybody done been through something in life, done did something terrible. They done did something. But it may not have been intentional. It may have been intentional, but it was the past. Today, am a new version of myself. I am a better version of myself. And I'm trying to continue to move forward in life. If you have people that's still stuck in the past, you shouldn't have them in your life. You shouldn't, because what it does is it opens wounds, and once one wound open, many wounds will open, and then it start to mess with your mental. It'll make you go into depression and think it's suicidal and think about different things that people did to you. It's just so many things, and your brain will just keep going, going, and going. And most of us give too much emotional energy to our past. We romanticize the old memories onto the old wins, and then, or even the old pain that holds us back from moving forward when it really shouldn't even be there. It's just old is old. That's why it's old. Leave it there. And then sometimes it's dangerous to be thinking some of the thoughts that you be having. Like, did you know that 90% of people that think the same thoughts every day? 90%. You hear me? I'm going to say this again. Did you know that 90% of people think the same thoughts every day? That is a sickness. But yet we got so many people that's advocating for mental health. So many. So just imagine how stuck you'll be if your thoughts were never evolved. You have to evolve to be able to pursue and see your vision come to life. You have to. So ask yourself this: what old version of yourself are you still holding on to? What thoughts do you need to release to move forward? You really should sit down and think about this. And believe it or not, I journal different things all the time. Um and it's sometimes to do a compare and contrast of old thoughts and new thoughts, because sometimes something can trigger the old thoughts. And when those old thoughts trigger me, I write it down. And then I think of my new thoughts on where I'm at today and how far I have came. Sometimes you need to sit down and sit back and be like, man, I got through this. Thank you, God. Lord, you have gotten me here when I came from there. Thank you, God. See, God moves you forward to stay forward. He didn't tell you to go back. If he wanted you to go back, he would have kept you there. You just would have been sitting there chilling. you know. So to become wealthy and successful and fulfilled, you need to embody that version of yourself before it arrives. Because you have to. It's a must. You got to shift your thoughts, your habits, your mindset, and align it up with your goals. Short-term goals are amazing. Short-term goals could to get you further than you think. A lot of people take advantage of just always having long-term goals, but them short-term goals, baby, you will get so far that you couldn't even imagine, because you're knocking down little small things, because it's really the small things that's holding you back. And a lot of times we don't think the small things are big things at the same time, and we really don't even think that way. But the small things is the most difficult parts of your life that you need to eliminate. You need to create something, write it down, be like, hey, this is what goal I want to accomplish today. This is what goal I want to accomplish tomorrow, tonight, in an hour. And that also comes with taking 45 minutes out your day and go to the gym. Cause baby, I'm so mad at myself that I ain't been going to the gym all these years. And I just be sitting there scrolling on Instagram, on Facebook, and going through emails and just procrastinating with life, procrastinating with myself. And the fact that I take 45 minutes out my day now to actually put it into me, I feel so good. I get the best sleep ever in history. Even though my body be hurting, it be in pain, y'all. It be in so much pain. But that 45 minutes is the pain that I would love to feel every single day, because it is helping my body, it's helping my mind. I am reading books while I'm on the treadmill or the elliptical or the stair stepper, or I'm listening to different amazing mindset, wealth, and investing, or whatever my positive interest is in life. I'm listening to these podcasts. I'm also just writing down or typing out things for myself. And I'm thinking about the next positive thing I'm going to do. Y'all, I'm even meal prepping. Meal prepping is everything, okay? I never thought that I'd be sitting up there meal prepping and making sure that I'm getting a vegetable, I'm getting a fruit, I'm getting a protein, and I'm getting everything that I need for me to feel good. And it helps so much for me to gear towards the wealth that where I'm trying to be. I want to be wealthy. That is my goal. That's what I'm going to accomplish in a year of 2025. By the time this year over with, I'm going to be a totally different person that you see today. Totally different. But I want to take y'all on this journey with me. I want you to be able to do the same thing. You have to shift your mindset. What your wealth would self do? Like, how would your future self make decisions that start acting like the person now? You have to go towards the person who you want to become. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the steps of me becoming that person, and I'm already that person. Like, I'm that person right now. The person I want to be by the end of 2025 going into 2026, I'm being that person today. Because if you living as that person today, you're going to continue to grow as that person of the person that you don't even see yet. Right now, that vision is blurred because you don't know, because you are living that person now. And you got to put yourself in that now moment. You're not going back to 2024 and on through whatever year you was born. In between that timeline, we don't care about that person no more. We just care about that person healing today from those things that happened in the past and facing the reality and getting the proper help that you need to be able to continue to move forward. So stop waiting for the money to come or the opportunity to present itself. Start showing up as that person right now. I'm telling you, right now, show up as that person, because the power of visualization and affirmation for you to just live that life now, and what you focus on is what you attract. Visualize that version of yourself that you want to become, and affirm that as it is already happening. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm already wealthy. I'm already making 7 figures right now. Easy. I'm already working out. I'm already waking up early, reading the Bible. I'm already waking up and doing my crunches and cooking breakfast, eating me some oatmeal and some fruit. I'm already living it. I'm drinking my water. You know, I'm already living it. And I feel good. I feel good. The results is there. And the motivation that I have is just so inspiring to me. I'm inspiring myself. I want to be like me. It feel good. And just me just experiencing this and feeling so good on a daily basis, I will not ever let anybody take this feeling away from me, because I've been through so much in life itself, and I've literally watched how life can be so short and how you can be gone in the next second, minute, hour, and day. I've watched it. And I'm making sure I live every point and every step in every blink of an eye, ear, feet, everything of me, of what I want to do for me. And it's just so important. And you can let others hold on to the past. Let them hold on to that past version of you. That is none of your business. I just want to see you create wealth. People may try to hold you to your past, but that's their problem. It's their problem. You don't owe anyone the old version of you, and your job is to evolve and grow today, right now. It is so important. So I really want y'all to understand this so much. And here's how you could transform your mindset. I'm going to say this right now. Write down your most frequent thoughts, and you need to just learn how to just focus on those thoughts and know that those thoughts are there. They're yours. However, you don't have to define yourself into those thoughts either. You don't. But you need to frequently write those down. And are they focused on fear, doubt, or limitations? If so, it's time to shift them. Just shift them. Write that down. Write it down. And then start yourself with intention. Every morning, ask yourself, what would the future version of me do today? Think about it. Did you wake up on looking at your phone first? Did you wake up scrolling? Um, what do you listen to in the morning? What do you listen to? A lot of times what you intake is how you're going to react. So you got to make sure you either listen to some gospel music or whatever who your higher power is. Listen to something positive, some affirmations or a positive podcast. Um You need to be very productive of yourself. Put on some music and do some workouts. Do something in your morning. Don't just lay there and squirrel, because minutes and hours will go by. It'll literally go by. So ask yourself, what would the future version of me do today? And also repeat affirmations. I am worthy of wealth. I attract opportunities with ease. I am becoming the best version of myself. You could tell yourself this every day. And if once you go into your bathroom, maybe you should put a sticky note right on your mirror, and you can see it every day and say it to yourself. I am worthy of wealth. I attract opportunities with ease. I am becoming the best version of myself. Those are your affirmations. And also, surround yourself with growth minded people. If you're around people that doesn't have the mental capacity to grow, you do not need to be around those people. If they still sitting there talking about all these other people, and that's how their focus is, you don't need to be sitting with those people. We need to talk about people like, hey, I need to do this to make myself better. I need to think about this real estate investments. What book did you read today? I need a mindset book. What positive book that you read? Oh, let's sit here and do some vision boards. Let's do some goals. Let me help you with your goals. Let me give you some ideas. Maybe, oh, I got a friend that I could connect you with that helps with credit. I got a friend that's a realtor. I have a friend that's good with stocks, with crypto. I have a friend that, like, those are the conversations that you need to have. Things that make you grow. Period. And the people around you impact your mindset. And so find people that challenge your growth. That is just so important. I really want y'all to understand that. And so I'm going to let you guys know this. Wealth isn't just about money, it is about who you become along the way. Don't just let your past hold you back. Start doing the internal work and embody the future itself. So I want you to know that if this episode resonates with you, share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Let's grow together. Let's build wealth from the inside and out and become the people who we are destined to be. Y'all, let's be that, because I am becoming the best version of myself. I am worthy of wealth. I am stepping into my future self today, and I want you guys to know that as well. And I'm going to leave this with a positive transformation Bible verse. Romans 12:2. Do not confirm the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So, y'all, thank you for listening, and please subscribe, and please look forward to many more of these type of solo episodes. I hope this helped you. I hope you send it to someone that is willing to hear it as well, that they find it to help them grow. And y'all, this is our wealth season. It's time. It is time. So please listen and subscribe on all major platforms. And I appreciate you. Peace.
Welcome to Life Her Podcast, the podcast that guides you from the 9-to-5 grind to the freedom of your own path. Discover how to conquer life's challenges while pursuing your passions with unwavering faith. Because being an entrepreneur is not easy. So let's get to it.